remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires.
It's been over a decade since Solange and Jay Z's infamous elevator fight, and word on the street is that Solange is still banned from the family. And several outlets have reported that Solange cannot stand Jay Z, not one bit, and has been urging Beyonce to see the reality of her broken marriage. Now, honestly, this is a messy situation, so let's get into it. Now, we all know Jay Z has not been the most faithful husband to Beyonce. He's had a track record of embarrassing her and stepping out on her with other women behind her back. And this has led to him having a very rocky relationship with some of Beyonce's family members, especially her sister Solange. And an insider claimed that Solange believes Jay Z groomed and manipulated Beyonce into becoming his little doll. Okay, so to give y'all a bit of context, Jay Z revealed during his 2007 sit-down interview with Charlie Rose that he and Beyonce met when she was 16, but they started dating when she turned 18. And mind you, he was 28 years old at the time that he met Beyonce. And as some of y'all already know, Beyonce never had much of a social life when she was growing up. She was tied into her career from when she was a teenager with very strict parents and only had one boyfriend while she was in high school. This means she barely had any experience with men when she met Jay. He was pretty much her only real experience with a man, and Jay was very much aware of it. A lot of people believe this power imbalance in their relationship is why Beyonce could not bring herself to divorce him even after he publicly cheated on her. He's the only man she's ever known since she was a teenager. And according to sources very close to the family, Solange feels like Jay Z has been taking advantage of this power imbalance from the very start and has manipulated and molded Beyonce in a way to fit his own image.
Same. Like how? I feel like she never got to experience life with the different types of people, and the fact that he was so old, low-key, I feel like the only way she expresses herself is through her music. And like I don't know them, obviously, but I'm just saying, just like by seeing the age gap and what happens between that age gap, she never got to live outside of him.
And baby, if you think these allegations are wild, then you might want to sit down for this one, because this is the first time he's been accused of manipulating anybody underage. Even before he met Beyonce, he was accused with hooking up with Foxy Brown when she was just 15 years old and he was about 27.
Allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce. Allegedly.
And many believe that Jay threatened Foxy into silence. But it isn't just Foxy who's scared of exposing him. Jay's ex-friend and business partner Dame Dash got super defensive when he was asked about Jay and Foxy's affair.
What age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know you didn't. I'm just asking a question.
Because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody.
You the boss. He was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
Did I sign it? It sounds like you...
All I'm saying is in this industry, when we live in these glass houses...
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Don't ask me.
Dame went on to spill some more tea about Jay's very weird obsession with girls younger than him when he revealed that he stopped hanging out with Jay when he realized Jay had no plans of distancing himself from R. Kelly, even after R. Kelly was exposed for and grooming Aaliyah. Kelly actually married Aaliyah, who was just 15 years old at the time, by forging fake documents, which made Aaliyah look older than she actually was. Jay later collaborated with R. Kelly on their joint album, Best of Both Worlds.
I've been tight about this for years. So to be honest, like, if you remember the Best of Both Worlds, you don't see my name on that. You know what I mean? And
your name is not on either album.
Hell no, I never wanted no parts of that. So when Holmes was doing that shit, I was like, bro, you know our homie violated, and he violated my girl. He violated a friendly oath.
Honey, I don't know about y'all, but I think the allegations against R. Kelly were more than enough for Jay to cut him off if he really wanted to, but he chose not to. So I see why Solange wants Beyonce to dump his ass. He has very questionable morals and has manipulated not just her, but a lot of other vulnerable women. The worst part is, he ain't never addressed these allegations. As if things couldn't get any messier, Jay Z was also exposed for allegedly cheating on Beyonce with 17-year-old Rihanna. For those of you who didn't know, back in 2005, Rihanna's publicist claimed that Jay was having an affair with Rihanna, who was just 17 years old at the time, in exchange for a record contract. There have also been several reports over the years that Jay Z was allegedly hooking up with Rita Ora, who was signed to his company Roc Nation at the time. And in 2013, he was exposed again when he was caught partying in a nightclub with model Claudia Sheelan. Jay dropped 5,000 pounds on a champagne bottle for him and Claudia. Claudia later spilled the tea about this in an interview with The Mirror, where she said, "I was with my girlfriends and he sent over a drink to us. He had this huge bottle of Ace of Spades champagne. It must have been 6 or 10 liters. She added, Jay-Z didn't talk about his wife or 1-year-old daughter when they met. And just the very next year after this, TMZ leaked a video of Solange giving Jay-Z the beating of his life at the 2014 Met Gala, while Beyonce stood in a corner and did absolutely nothing to stop her. Jay and Beyonce later tried to do some damage control by releasing a statement to address this situation. It said, "As a result of the public release of the elevator security footage, there has been a great deal of speculation about what triggered the unfortunate incident. But the most important thing is that our family has worked through it. Jay and Solange each assume their share of the responsibility for what has occurred. They both acknowledge their role in this private matter that has played out in the public. They both have apologized to each other, and we have moved forward as a united family." But the drama was far from over, because a source later came out to basically call the statement complete BS and reveal what actually happened. Apparently, Jay and the ex-wife of Dame Dash, Rachel Roy, were flirting with each other the whole time, and Beyonce was pissed about it, so she confronted Rachel. The source also added, Solange came over to have her sister's back, and things got heated between her and Rachel, and Jay said some disrespectful things to Beyonce and Solange as the confrontation was going down. That's why all hell broke loose in the elevator, and why Beyonce just stood back and let Solange hit Jay. Many of Beyonce's fans literally begged Beyonce to divorce Jay-Z, and for a minute, it looked like she was gonna do that. But as usual, Jay manipulated her into staying with him. Even though Jay and Beyonce have since resolved their problems, Solange still thinks Jay is no good for Beyonce, and that she would be much better off without Jay-Z. And because of this, the relationship between Beyonce and Solange is starting to go downhill. You rarely ever spot them together anymore, and when Beyonce made history as the artist with the most Grammy wins ever, Solange never even publicly congratulated her. In fact, she was even missing from the party to celebrate Beyonce's win. Also, Beyonce's entire family, and even the who's who of all the celebrities, have been spotted at her Renaissance tour, except for one person. You guessed it, that's Solange. Well, several sources have said that Solange cannot stand the fact that her own sister, who is all about preaching and singing about being a strong, independent woman, will take a man like Jay back. Solange thinks that Jay-Z has and will continue to treat Beyonce like trash because he knows she's not going anywhere, and he's manipulated her into being exactly who he wants her to be. She doesn't even know what it's like to live without him, and he's very much aware of that. Anyways, child, a lot of people agreed with Solange and went on social media to drag Jay-Z for being a terrible husband to Beyonce. Like this person who said, Solange should be concerned about B. It's only right that she's protecting B. B is blindsided by love. Jay-Z is a narcissist man whom loves controlling his family. B doesn't have a mind of her own. Another person said, this is why we need to be mindful when following these celebs. Beyonce told us to leave your man if he cheats, be independent, etc. In the end, she never did it on her own. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Solange telling Beyonce to divorce Jay Z? And how do you feel about Beyonce staying with Jay even after he's cheated on her a bunch of times? As usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.